Eyebrows are among the most expressive yet underestimated parts of the human face. They shape how others perceive us and how we navigate the world emotionally, intellectually, and socially. In facial profiling, eyebrows act like emotional antennas and decision-making signals. They reveal how a person processes logic, how they manage relationships, and how they execute decisions under pressure. The positioning, thickness, curve, and angle of the eyebrows are all connected to patterns of confidence, control, and cognitive style. This episode focuses entirely on decoding what different eyebrow features tell us about personality. Start with eyebrow placement. If the brows sit higher above the eyes, the person is often a thinker, someone who pauses before speaking, prefers distance when processing information, and values personal space. These individuals are often more analytical, reflective, and composed in their emotional expressions. In contrast, low-set brows indicate a person who is reactive, present, emotionally expressive, and often very direct. These individuals tend to respond faster, feel things deeply, and engage with a strong presence. Their body language and emotional cues are more visible and immediate. The shape of the brow also offers insight. Straight eyebrows are linked to logic, structure, and rationality. People with straight brows typically seek facts, evidence, and patterns before they commit to something. They are unlikely to make emotional decisions and often thrive in data-driven, strategic environments. Curved eyebrows belong to relationship-driven individuals. These people feel most comfortable when harmony is maintained, when communication is emotionally rich, and when human connection drives action. They tend to be empathetic, great listeners, and naturally tune into the moods of others. Angled eyebrows reveal intensity. Whether the angle is sharp or soft, these individuals possess strong inner fire. They are goal-oriented, assertive, and capable of taking charge. Sharp angles especially indicate leaders who are not afraid of confrontation or challenge. These people may be perceived as demanding, but are also highly effective. Softer angles bring emotional intelligence into the picture. People with these brows balance assertiveness with awareness of others' emotions. They may lead through influence rather than authority. Eyebrow thickness correlates with confidence and energy. Thick eyebrows suggest boldness, self-assurance, and decisiveness. These individuals typically have high mental stamina and are not easily discouraged. Thin eyebrows may indicate sensitivity, high attention to detail, and emotional nuance. These people are often perfectionists, more tuned into subtleties, and may overanalyze before acting. However, this depth allows them to uncover insights others miss. The length of the eyebrow also matters. Long eyebrows reflect endurance, memory retention, and the ability to manage complexity. These individuals usually excel in environments with many moving parts, such as project management or operations. They are reliable, focused, and strong under pressure. Short eyebrows often suggest a preference for simplicity and directness. These individuals dislike confusion, value clarity, and prefer roles where expectations are clearly defined. Arch height speaks volumes about emotional intensity and control. High arches reflect someone who protects their emotions, reveals little at first, and values privacy. They may come across as reserved or mysterious, but underneath often lies a rich internal world. Low arches, on the other hand, reveal accessibility, openness, and a people-first approach. These individuals often feel more comfortable being vulnerable and are generally easier to approach. The distance between eyebrows, also called the glabella space, tells us how a person deals with stress and decision-making. A wide space between the brows often indicates calmness under pressure and a broad perspective. These individuals give others space to speak, tend to be tolerant, and avoid micromanagement. A narrow space suggests focus, intensity, and a deep desire to take control. These people are quick to act, quick to judge, and usually handle tasks personally to ensure quality. Hair growth direction and pattern also provide clues. Downward growing brows suggest patience, realism, and attention to routine. Upward growing brows show ambition, enthusiasm, and a forward-thinking mindset. People with inconsistent brow patterns may experience internal conflict or be in a state of transition. For example, someone with one straight brow and one curved brow might feel torn between logic and emotion in key life areas. Eyebrow grooming can influence perception, but the natural structure remains dominant in facial profiling. Someone who naturally has thick, angled brows but chooses to shape them differently may be modifying how they want to be perceived. This adaptation can signal emotional intelligence or sometimes insecurity, depending on context. In corporate settings, professionals with defined brows often command more respect. In personal relationships, those with curved brows are often considered easier to talk to. In leadership profiling, eyebrows are crucial. A leader with straight, long brows often thinks long-term and values logic in decision-making. A leader with sharp, angled, thick brows might be a transformational leader who pushes boundaries and demands performance. In contrast, a leader with curved, low-arched brows might be someone who leads with emotional intelligence, creating environments of trust and collaboration. Gender also plays a role, not in biological terms, but in how society interprets brow traits. Women with thicker, more angled brows are often viewed as powerful, assertive, or even intimidating. Men with thin or curved brows might be perceived as gentle, emotionally intelligent, or artistic. These interpretations should not define the person, but help in understanding how others may react to them. In HR and recruitment, this is important for cultural fit and team dynamics. Eyebrows shift slightly with age and hormonal changes, but core structures remain stable across the lifespan. This makes them a reliable source for long-term personality profiling. Unlike emotional expressions which fluctuate, brow shape and placement remain consistent, offering dependable cues for interpreting temperament. When combined with other facial features like eyes, forehead, and mouth, eyebrows serve as amplifiers. For instance, straight eyebrows over narrow eyes suggest an analytical mind with strong boundaries. Curved brows over wide-set eyes suggest an empathic communicator who sees multiple sides of a situation. Sharp angled brows with a defined jawline may point to a high-performance individual with strong conviction and execution skills. In sales and negotiations, understanding a person's brows helps adjust communication. Speaking to someone with straight, thick brows, lead with logic and data. Someone with curved, low-arched brows, build rapport first and engage emotionally. A person with sharp angled brows and narrow spacing, be direct, concise, and challenge them with confidence. Adapting your approach based on this subtle knowledge can build trust faster and influence outcomes more effectively. Facial profiling through eyebrows isn't manipulation. It's the art of recognition. When you truly see a person, you can interact with respect, harmony, and effectiveness. Relationships improve, collaboration increases, and misunderstandings reduce. As you look around you, observe eyebrows not just for beauty, but for behavioral insight. Train your eyes to detect angles, spacing, arch, and direction. Soon, you'll start noticing patterns in how people express themselves, lead teams, respond to conflict, or avoid it entirely. In our next episode, we'll explore the jawline and chin, those strong anchors that reveal determination, resilience, and response to pressure. These features will show you who stands firm in a storm and who adapts to survive. Stay tuned as we continue decoding faces and empowering teams.